And now I'll pass over to Dan.
Cool, thank you. As Ian just pointed out, you saw there, and the reason we're going through this is because they did all of this in 48 hours. It's kind of to help you kind of think about all the things you can achieve and not be worried about that there's too little time, because actually, as Launch chart shows, you can really do quite a lot with a small team with various challenges. So as well as doing all of what Ian just showed, I mean, it's worth noting that at the final presentation, so the Launch48 in London, the first one started Friday night, and that was the pitching evening. And they started properly as a team Saturday morning, like 9 o'clock in the morning, and the final presentation was Sunday, 6 o'clock. So between Saturday, 9 AM, and Sunday, 6 PM, they showed all of what we just showed you there. A working live website, a working live iPhone application, a working live Java application on a Nokia. And all those vouchers were there. You could genuinely, you could get the application on your Nokia phone, walk out into London and find local vouchers. They got the data as well. So all of this has been done at the final presentation. So they launched, and the thing about this is they haven't just launched like concept, they effectively commercially launched. They could have gone out and start charging for that business on Sunday night. That's one of the things about Launch48 is if you can get there, it's possible to actually have a running business at the end of the weekend. Momentum of the event. So they had this business, so they got everything working, they'd launched it. They also kept going, so although as Ian pointed out, the team did shrink a little bit, they kept going. One of the things they focused on actually afterwards was the business model behind the scenes in terms of how they sort of monetize this application. But adding to what Ian was saying about Ben and Matt, Ben decided, I really believe in this, I want to do this, and therefore kept the team going and kept the interest. And the people in the team have other jobs. People have actually given a commitment. So one of the things, I guess, to sort of learn from the previous Launch48 is that it is possible to actually find an idea you're really passionate about and keep going and make a success out of it. Once now in the real world, they have evolved that business plan. So they've now, which I think is the next slide, they've developed their the monetization of the application. And again, it's about the point of the weekend. The weekend really is just kind of to achieve a lot of sort of tangible things. So things like the marketing plan and the business plan, they're done at quite a high level during the weekends. But going on, that's the opportunity to really sort of worry more about those things. At the weekend, it's just trying to get stuff done as much as possible. One of the things they did though, in terms of making use of that momentum, they kept going, was they went to Seed Camp. I'm not sure if Seed Camp is something you guys are aware of. So they went into mini Seed Camp, which then got them to go into normal big Seed Camp. They became runners-up in mini Seed Camp, which basically means they've been invited to speak to some investors in New York as part of Seed Camp's 2010 tour. So, and this is all on the back of just 48 hours of just sort of hurried activity. So the potential is quite strong. So they're the Seed Camp Week finalist going to New York. Lastminute.com, so I'm assuming everyone knows lastminute.com. Lastminute.com has just launched an iPhone application, which is basically a last-minute branded version of VoucherChart in London. So one of the things they did in terms of evolving their business plan, in terms of being Ben keeping the momentum going, was going out and speaking to people like Last Minute and showing off the application. And they're now doing a 3-month trial in London with lastminute.com. And if that is successful, they'll be going first a nationwide product in UK, and then globally the lastminute.com application will be VoucherChart. And this is all on the back of just 40 hours in the weekends, which really gives you the question of what can you achieve in 48 hours.
Exactly. Thank you.
Yeah. So I guess.
Dacă aveți la acest moment o întrebare pentru cei doi invitați, dacă nu, oricum ei vor fi aici toată ziua și vom mai avea un moment în perioada de numărare a voturilor cu ei.
I think